Today, we're diving into an alternate reality that might leave you questioning everything about your daily life. What if the internet never existed? Imagine a world without Google, Instagram, or online shopping. A life where global connections, instant communication, and digital conveniences are nothing more than science fiction. How would society adapt? Could we thrive, or would we struggle? Let's take a journey into this fascinating what-if scenario and explore how a world without the internet would reshape communication, business, culture, education, and our daily lives. Get ready to see the world through a completely different lens. 1. Communication revolution delayed. Imagine a world where sending a message meant waiting weeks for a reply, not seconds. Without the internet, communication would be stuck in the pre-digital age, and every interaction would take more time and effort. Letter writing as the norm, long-distance communication would rely heavily on handwritten letters. While heartfelt and personal, waiting weeks, or even months, for a reply would make staying connected with loved ones much harder. Landlines and basic phones dominate. Without instant messaging or video calls, landlines would reign supreme. Conversations would be voice-based, and coordinating across time zones would become a logistical challenge. International communication becomes rare. Expensive phone calls would limit connections across borders. Family members abroad might only speak a few times a year, with letters filling the gaps in between. Social interactions take effort. Organizing events, spreading news, or simply keeping in touch would require much more planning and physical effort. Forget memes and viral trends. Culture would evolve slowly, through word of mouth, newspapers, and television. Without the internet, communication would be slower, more thoughtful, and deeply personal, but at a cost. How would you cope with the absence of instant replies? 2. Business and economy. The internet has transformed commerce, making it faster and more efficient. Without it, the business world would look entirely different. Local stores thrive. Shopping would be a social experience. Malls, local markets, and storefronts would dominate retail. Window shopping would take on a new charm, as browsing options would require physical effort. Financial transactions slow down. Payments would be manual. Checks, cash, and in-person bank visits would make managing finances and paying bills cumbersome. International trade would slow as businesses struggle with delays. Advertising reverts to traditional media. Instead of targeted online ads, businesses would rely on billboards, newspapers, and TV commercials to attract customers. Large corporations would dominate these spaces, leaving small businesses at a disadvantage. Entrepreneurship faces barriers. Platforms like Etsy or eBay wouldn't exist. Small businesses would find it harder to scale without global markets at their fingertips, limiting opportunities for innovation. The internet has made commerce borderless and accessible. Without it, the economy would be localized, personal, and less efficient. How would this change the way we shop, invest, and grow businesses? 3. Knowledge and education. Without the internet, the pursuit of knowledge would require more effort and dedication, but it might also become more meaningful. Libraries regain importance. Libraries would be the epicenter of learning. Students, researchers, and professionals would spend hours flipping through books, journals, and encyclopedias. Slower access to information. Need to fact-check or learn something new. Instead of a quick Google search, you'd need to visit a library or consult an expert. Breaking news would take hours, or even days, to spread. Education limited by geography. Without online learning, students would depend entirely on local schools and teachers. Remote areas would face significant disadvantages, creating a wider education gap. Skills harder to learn. Fields like coding, graphic design, and even DIY skills would lack online tutorials or courses, making self-learning more challenging. Without instant access to knowledge, education would feel more hands-on and deliberate. But would slower progress hinder innovation? 4. Entertainment and culture. Imagine entertainment without streaming, gaming, or instant downloads. Life would feel simpler but slower. Physical media rules. CDs, DVDs, and cassettes would still dominate. Visiting rental stores like Blockbuster would be the highlight of the weekend, and collections of physical media would be treasured possessions. Niche interests struggle. Subcultures like anime fans or indie music lovers would have a harder time finding their communities. Without platforms like YouTube or Spotify, discovering new content would take much longer. Trends evolve slowly, viral moments would vanish. Trends in music, fashion, and art would take years to spread, relying on magazines, TV shows, or live events. More personal experiences. Events like the Oscars or sports championships would be celebrated in live gatherings or through print media, making them communal and immersive. Would the absence of internet-driven entertainment deepen personal connections, or would it limit cultural innovation? 5. Global connectivity and innovation. The internet has made the world smaller, connecting people, ideas, and resources like never before. Without it, globalization would grind to a halt. Travel agencies flourish. Planning trips would involve consulting brochures and meeting with travel agents. Navigating new places would rely on printed maps and local guides, making every journey more adventurous. Scientific collaboration slows. Breakthroughs like the rapid development of COVID-19 vaccines would take much longer. Scientists would rely on conferences and journals to share ideas, delaying progress. Limited global opportunities. Developing nations would struggle to access global markets or share the cultural and industrial wealth. Wealthier countries would dominate even more starkly. The internet has created a globally connected world. Without it, humanity would lose the collective power to innovate, solve problems, and build a brighter future. Conclusion: life without the internet might seem simpler on the surface, but the trade-offs in convenience, connectivity, and opportunity would be immense. Communication would slow, innovation would stall, and cultural exchange would diminish. So, would you thrive in a world without the internet, or is the digital age simply too vital to let go? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe for more explorations of alternate realities, and join us next time for another journey into the unknown.